Hello, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the Fumble Sports Show on this NFL Week 13 Sunday. I hope you had the best Thanksgiving you've ever had in your life, and I hope you're ready for another great NFL Sunday because we've got one in store. 10 games that we've got in the 1 and 4 p.m. windows, so 10 games for our Red Zone Sunday, and then we've got a Sunday night game that sounds like it's going to be a snow dome in a snow globe in Buffalo, New York between the 49ers and the Bills. Should be a lot of fun today. If you watched college football yesterday, you know football, it's at its best right now. And the calendar is officially turned to December, everyone. So we are in the home stretch of this NFL season, and especially for you fantasy football owners, this is as big a week as we've had all year long. For some of you, it's the playoffs. For some of you, it's the eve of the playoffs. For all of you, it's must-win season. So we're going to help you guys out throughout the course of our show, answering your fantasy questions, giving out some picks, and hopefully getting you guys closer to a win, whether it's against the sports books, against your rivals in your fantasy football leagues. I hope you guys love our content. If you do, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button. Please be a member of this amazing community because we love talking sports with every single one of you every day that we can. You guys ready to get to work? You know I am. I'm going to be answering your fantasy questions for the next 2 hours and 40 minutes. Let's get at it, everyone. The honor of the first question is going to go to George. George asks, Breece Hall, Henry, or Chuba Hubbard? This is a tricky one for me, George, but I'm going to lean just slightly towards Chuba Hubbard, I think. Breece Hall's been battling some injury. He is going to play today is the expectation, but I'm a little bit concerned about it. I'm going to lean towards Chuba Hubbard. With Henry, the matchup against the Eagles, I bet Derrick Henry gets a touchdown, but I actually think Chuba Hubbard is going to have the best fantasy day. So, George, I'm going to take a bit of a risk on that one, but I like the matchup that he has against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Danny, James Conner or Bucky Irving? It's Bucky Irving for me. James Conner, not a great matchup against the Minnesota Vikings. Bucky Irving, phenomenal matchup against the Carolina Panthers. Beto, start Lamar or Jalen Hurts? Coin flip of a play. I lean slightly towards Jalen Hurts, more of a reflection on the Baltimore Ravens defense, especially their pass defense. You also think Jalen Hurts could get a rushing touchdown. I lean towards Hurts over Lamar, but in the end, it really is a coin flip. D. Graham, watching over on YouTube, Mike Evans or Ladd McConkey? I will go Mike Evans on this one. Ladd McConkey's got a great matchup. I'm not going to give it any shade, but Mike Evans fully healthy against the Panthers. I'll go Mike Evans. A. Stanley over on Twitch. Evans, Pickens, or Ladd, start one. Man, I'm kind of torn here between Evans and Pickens. I think I lean towards Pickens, but it's a coin flip between Evans and Pickens. Very close. All three players are going to have good weeks, but I'd go Pickens as the start, just barely over Evans. Close, though. John plays. Who should I start at the flex in a PPR league? DK or Brian Robinson Jr.? It's Brian Robinson Jr. No Austin Eckler. He's on the IR. Brian Robinson Jr., he's the play for me out of those two. Fotana over on Twitch. Start one wide receiver. Puka, Flowers, or McLaurin? I lean towards Puka just barely. Some people would say McLaurin. I won't, though. I'm going to lean Puka on that one. Appreciate you guys tapping the screen. Make sure you throw some confetti in the air if you're over on TikTok, because for every confetti, we're going to put a pick up on the board. One of our favorite picks of the day. Could be a game pick, a total play, a player prop. We'll give those out throughout the show every time we get some confetti. J-Lo, Debo, or Pittman? I'd go just barely, I think, towards Debo. I am worried about the weather playing a factor, but because of how they use him in the run and the pass game, I'd lean Debo over Pittman in a close call. Pork chop, MVS or Bigsby at the flex? It's MVS. If you've seen how he's done as kind of the wide receiver one with the Saints, I definitely go MVS. Jake Johnson, Cade Otton or David Njoku in fantasy? It's Cade Otton. Cade Otton to me is a must start today. Love the matchup he has against Carolina. Beast mode, Bigsby or Breece Hall? I'd go Breece Hall just barely on this one. The Seattle Seahawks run defense is just bad enough where I'd go Breece Hall. Seahawks are a bottom 10 run defense. I'd go Breece Hall on that one. Higgins or Wilson, I'd lean towards T. Higgins. I'd go T. Higgins over Garrett Wilson. I think it's a coin flip, but I like T. Higgins because I think the Bengals are going to have to throw their way into maybe a win in that game against the Steelers. We'll talk some of those picks a little bit later. Nico, what's good? Start Shakir, Dell, or Jennings? Tough call on this one. I'm probably leaning towards Dell. The weather's playing a massive factor in that one for me, Nico. So I'm going to lean towards Dell. Do I love the matchup that the Houston Texans have against Jacksonville? Hell yeah, that's also a part of it too. So Dell is the play for me. Jonathan, Kyler Murray or Sam Darnold? Tricky here. I think Sam Darnold could get you over 200 passing yards. I think Kyler Murray's going to actually be the better play. So Jonathan, I think Kyler Murray's the better start on that one. Burrow or Daniels? Wingman, I'm going to lean just slightly towards Jaden Daniels on this, just barely over Burrow. Do I feel great about it? No, but I lean slightly towards Daniels, partially because I like the rushing yards he could get with no Austin Eckler. Only Brian Robinson is kind of a primary back. They may need Jaden Daniels to run, especially in the red zone. It's why I'm leaning just barely over Burrow. Could I see Burrow throwing for 2 touchdowns, maybe 250 yards? Yes, I could still see Jaden Daniels outscoring him in fantasy because what he can do with his legs. Samsonite, small league start 2. Higgins, Evans, Henry, Chase Brown. It's a tough call because I really want to start Higgins and Evans, but I think you've got to get Derrick Henry in there. I think he's a must start no matter who he plays. So I'd go Henry and probably Evans. Henry and Evans would be the two on that one. And Sam's 495, Taysom, Ramondre, or Scary Terry. This is a really tough call for me because I think Taysom Hill is absolutely worthy of a start today, but I'm going to go Ramondre Stevenson actually. And Sam's, I'm going to go Ramondre Stevenson because the Indianapolis Colts run defense is one of the worst in the NFL. I'm going to lean Stevenson 1. It's tough because for all of those who do have Taysom Hill on their roster, he is a good play today, so it's a tricky one, but I like Stevenson just barely a little bit more. Anthony Rico, Adams, Flowers, McLaurin, choose one. I'm probably going to lean just slightly towards McLaurin on this one. Now, don't get me wrong. The Tennessee pass defense is the number 1 in the league, but I still think Terry McLaurin, because he's going to get so many targets, is probably the best play. It's a tough call. It's not a good matchup. Make sure you hear me say that. But that said, the Eagles against Flowers, that I think is actually a worse matchup. They're playing really well. I don't like Flowers. I like McLaurin over Flowers. It's really a question of if I like Devontae more. I'd lean McLaurin, but I understand Adams has the best matchup. But Anthony, I'd go McLaurin. It's close though. Adam Drake, I'd go Pollard over McConkey. Pollard over McConkey on that one, bud. Hi, I'm Toby. I'd go Pollard over BTJ. Hi, I'm Tober. Pollard over BTJ. Brent, Bills, Colts, or Buccaneers defense? I'd go Bills defense, and I think the weather plays a big factor. If it's going to be as snowy, if the conditions are going to be as difficult as we expect, a team from San Francisco coming across the country. Now, Brock Purdy's played in weather, so it's no knock on him, but that's a big change, and the Bills are ready for it. The Bills defense especially. I'll take the Bills defense out of that group. Rich Matthews, good morning to you. Kupp, Jennings, Metcalf, Higgins, please pick 2. Tough call for me, but I'd go Kupp and Higgins. Kupp and Higgins would be the 2 on this one. And between Burrow and Russell Wilson, I'll go Joe Burrow. I know Russell Wilson has the better matchup, but I trust what Joe Burrow's been doing, at least over the last 2 months, more than Russell Wilson. So I'd go Kupp, Higgins, and I'd go Burrow. Appreciate you guys watching the show. Make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're with us every time that we're live. Love talking sports with you guys every day. Darius Brooks, Jawan Jennings, Tank Dell, Mooney, or Gus Edwards. Darius, it's Tank Dell for me. Tank Dell just barely over Gus Edwards. Close call, but I'd go Dell. Shank 13, Taysom Hill or McBride is a great question. I'd still go McBride. The Vikings pass defense isn't that good. Vikings pass defense is bottom 5 in the league. I'd lean McBride just barely over Taysom Hill, but again, close call. It sounds like those who have Taysom Hill have some tough decisions to make today. T. Coates, choose one. MHJ, Pollard, or Chubb? I'd go MHJ. Bit of a risk here because Pollard's a great play as well. T. Coates, I think both are strong. Okay, you got me. I'll lean Pollard just barely over MHJ, but it's a coin flip between those two. Very close. Very close. Brent, I'd go Pickens. Brent, I'd go Pickens on that play, bud. Ernie Torres, roster spot open. Who would you pick up as a PPR just in case? Benson, Herbert, Bigsby, or Corum? It'd be Bigsby. It'd probably be Bigsby out of that group. Fotana, Andrews, or Ingram? I'm going to lean just slightly towards Ingram. He has not been playing his best football, but he hasn't had Trevor Lawrence. The expectation is Trevor Lawrence. He's telling everyone he's playing. Now, the Jaguars haven't officially cleared him, but Trevor Lawrence is telling everyone that he's playing today. If Trevor Lawrence plays, I'd go Evan Ingram on that one, Fotana. Yalima, start 2. Bucky, Chase Brown, or Breece Hall? I'd go Bucky and I'd go Breece Hall. I'd go Bucky and I'd go Breece Hall on that one, Yalima. Hope you guys are enjoying the conversation. Who's to say, Anthony Richardson or Justin Herbert? It's Justin Herbert. I think Anthony Richardson has a great matchup today, but I still prefer Justin Herbert just barely. User 1752, flex play, Pollard or Brian Thomas Jr.? It's Tony Pollard. User 1752, it's Tony Pollard. Hope you guys are loving the show. If you guys want picks, I give out my picks for free every day. DM me on Instagram, Fumble Sports. It's the name of my company, the name of my handle over on Instagram, Fumble Sports. DM me on Instagram to get every bet that I make every day for free. Just as a reminder for all those folks out there, I don't charge for my picks because I'm a fan like you. I love doing research. I've been a producer at various CBS Sports, Fox Sports, Jim Rome. That's how I know how to do this research. But I love giving away my picks for free because just like you, I'm a sports fan. So if you want all of my picks for free every single day, DM me on Instagram, Fumble Sports. DM me on Instagram to get every bet I make every single day for free. I'll hit you up with a link. Doesn't cost you anything. Never behind a paywall. You can see every bet that I make every day for free. Anyways, let's get back to it with your fantasy football questions. Aiden Thompson, start 2. London, Metcalf, JSN, or BTJ? Tough call, Aiden, but I'd go London and Metcalf. They're not great matchups, but I'd go London and Metcalf on that one. Hope you guys are with me throughout the entirety of our show because we're going up till 12:45. Spike, 1535. Edwards worth the start over Cooper in the flex? Yes. Spike, Gus Edwards over Amari Cooper. Koch, Daniels or Mayfield? It's Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's got a great matchup. It's Baker Mayfield. Great question, though. Jokers, Judy or James Conner? Tough. It's James Conner, though. I don't like Judy's matchup on Monday night against the Denver Broncos. Not what I'm looking for. Marcus Glass, appreciate you hitting me up on Instagram. You can go check out every bet I made for the weekend for NFL Sunday. You can see every bet I make every day. There's the link for it. The Dark Wolf, Najee or Gus? Tough call on this one. I lean towards Gus Edwards, and here's the reason why. It's not that the Bengals are a good run defense, but one, the Falcons are pretty much just as bad, but Gus Edwards is going to get a majority of those carries. I'm worried that Najee Harris's carries are going to be compromised by Jalen Warren getting more opportunities. So I'd go Gus Edwards over Najee Harris. Close call, but that's where I'd come out on that one. Guys, appreciate the gifts, but reminder, it's confetti that gets our picks. We give out picks throughout the entirety of our show, so it's not just obviously on the Sharps app, but we put up picks up on our big board throughout the entirety of the show. So if you want some picks throughout the show, throw some confetti in the air. That's how we get at it, everybody. Hope you guys are excited about the picks we've got for you. B. Reese, Shakir or Pittman? I'd go Pittman. I'm really worried about the weather tonight. I'd go Pittman, even though he might get the Christian Gonzalez matchup, which makes me a little nervous. Cameron, T. Higgins or Kyren Williams? Kyren Williams. Kyren Williams is a must start today. Phenomenal matchup against the Saints. It's Kyren Williams. I know he hasn't gotten in the end zone the last couple of weeks. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to go Kyren Williams on that one. John, Goddard or Otten? It's Otten. Cade Otten's the play on that one. I know that the Ravens give up a lot of passing yards, but it's the Panthers that Otten goes against. I'd go Cade Otten. Kyle Klein, good morning to you. Commanders, Chargers, two-leg of the day. Kyle Klein, I'm rooting for you, but then again, I'm not because I don't know if I'm on that Chargers play with you. I might be on the other side. We'll talk about it a little bit later in the show once we get some confetti. Lenny Jr., Jennings or Garrett Wilson? Lenny, I'd go Garrett Wilson. Jared Ford says, enough of this waiting around. We want picks. So Jared Ford, thank you so much for throwing some confetti in the air. Everybody, this is going to be my first pick of the day. And it actually is about that Chargers and Falcons game. I'm taking the Falcons. Now, I'm taking the Falcons at +4. So I'm moving that line a little bit. This line opened at, I believe it's at -1 in favor of the Chargers. I believe the Chargers are a 1-point favorite. They still are, but where's the money on this one? It's on the Falcons. So we talk about this when we do our sports betting conversations. Right now, the public is on the Chargers. 63% of tickets are on the Chargers. 75% of the public money is on the Chargers. Of the tickets are on the Chargers. However, the money is coming down on the Falcons. I want to be on the side of the money, not the public on this. Now, I know the public's been hot over the last few weeks, but I'm going to be on the side of the Falcons. So I'm taking Falcons +4, but I'd be willing to take Falcons on the money line. I'm taking the Falcons +4 because this is going to be a parlay play for me. But actually, what level of confidence do I have? I'd be willing to take the Falcons on the money line. I think the Falcons win this game at home. They have the rest. Chargers, I know they're coming off a good win, but they got a tough loss rather to the Ravens. They're coming off that tough loss, flying cross country, short week against a team that's well rested. I'll take Falcons +4, but I'd be willing to take them on the money line. One other note for this game, I'd also take Chargers and Falcons to go over the total. Falcons and Chargers, I'd go over on this play as well, so you're getting a 2-for-1. I'd probably take this at over 44.5. That's the spot I feel most comfortable with. Again, I'd make that a same-game parlay. So if you guys are looking for a good same-game parlay to get your Sunday started, I'd go Falcons +4, maybe +4.5. Chargers, Falcons over 44.5. Okay, I know not all of you are sports betting fans, so we'll get back to fantasy football since that's why a majority of you guys pay attention on NFL Sundays. Chris Schmidt, Breece Hall, or Bucky Irving. Chris, it's Bucky Irving, and I'd lean towards Lamar. I just can't sit Lamar Jackson right now, Chris. So I'd go Lamar and Bucky. I understand that Jaden Daniels, it's a tough call between Lamar and Jaden Daniels, but I'd go Lamar and Bucky Irving. CW, pick 2, BTJ, Terry McLaurin, Adams, and Aaron Jones. CW, I'd go Aaron Jones. I'd probably go Aaron Jones and McLaurin. You guys know I'm kind of split between McLaurin and Adams, but I actually like McLaurin a little bit better. I'd go Jones and McLaurin, even though McLaurin's got a brutal matchup. Look, the Tennessee Titans, #1 pass defense in the NFL, but I actually believe Terry McLaurin's still going to get plenty of targets today. So I'm going to lean towards McLaurin and Jones on that one. I understand the stats are going against me on the McLaurin pick, but I'm gonna go head into the wind. Jared Ford, Josh Allen, or Justin Herbert? Justin Herbert. Jared Ford, I think Josh Allen could get a rushing touchdown, but the weather concerns me overall. I'd go Justin Herbert. He's playing in a dome. The Falcons give up a lot of passing yards and points. I still think, I think the Falcons ultimately get the better in that game, but I take Justin Herbert. Koch, Cook, Bucky, or Chase Brown? It's Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving's a must-play for me today. Who's to say, Colts defense or Titans defense? Tough call, but I'd go Colts defense. It's just the Patriots offensive line that I don't trust. I'd go Colts defense. Crystal Trejo, start 2 between Evans, McLaurin, Debo, and Devontae Smith. Crystal Trejo, it's all about whether Devontae Smith plays. I know the Eagles are going to try and work him out prior to the game. The problem is that's a late start. It's a 4:25 start. I would say it's Evans and Devontae Smith. I think Debo becomes your insurance policy if Devontae Smith doesn't play, but I love Devontae Smith's matchup against the Ravens, so I'll go Evans and Smith and hope Smith gets on the field. John, Daniels or Herbert? Herbert. JP Ski, start 2 between Sutton, JSN, and London. I'd go Sutton and London on this one, JP Ski. I'd go Sutton and London. VQ, Breece Hall, Cook, or Chuba Hubbard. Sit one. I'd probably sit James Cook. VQ, I'd sit James Cook. John, Bills, Russell, or Kyler? I'd go Kyler Murray just barely. Super Pants, Mooney or Wilson? Leaning Garrett Wilson. Pem OK, Evans, Wilson, or Scary Terry? Pick 2. I'd go Evans, and I'm leaning, as you know, a little bit towards Scary Terry. I think I've given Scary Terry a little bit more love than the stats would indicate. Chris, Ridley, Pollard, or Shakir? I think it's Pollard. Chris, I'd go Pollard, just barely over Ridley. Head massage, Addison, or Waddle? Well, Waddle already played. Waddle played on Thursday against the Packers, so sorry you missed out on that decision. Shane AK. Hey, bro. Josh Allen or Baker Mayfield? Baker Mayfield. And I'd go Valdez-Scantling. So I'd go Mayfield and Valdez-Scantling as the two. X1, Kyler or Jaden Daniels? I'd go Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray would be the play, X1. Bounce it, Betty. Between McBride and Taysom Hill, really tough call, but I'd go Trey McBride. McBride's got a phenomenal matchup. Guys, I do like Taysom Hill this week. I do think Taysom Hill could go over his receiving yards, over his rushing yards. He could get an anytime touchdown. I think Taysom Hill's a very good play. But a number of you have asked me about Taysom Hill or Trey McBride. On that decision, I'd go Trey McBride. So I want to make sure you guys hear, I like Taysom Hill today. I think he's going to be a very good play for a number of you. However, if you have Trey McBride, I'd go Trey McBride. I love the matchup he has against the Vikings. And that seems to be a popular question a number of you have. Owen, pick one between Sutton, Cook, and Devontae Adams. I'd go Devontae Adams on that one. I think I prefer that just barely over James Cook, though it's close. Mike, B-Rob or Bucky in a non-PPR. Tough call, but I'd go Bucky Irving. The Carolina Panthers' run defense is, the worst in the NFL. I understand that B-Rob has a phenomenal matchup as well, but that said, I got to go Bucky just barely. Braden Winters, Justin Herbert, or Joe Burrow. It's a tougher call than I thought at the beginning of the day because, again, Joe Burrow is scorching hot, but I'd go Justin Herbert. Braden Winters, I'd go Justin Herbert. He's got the better matchup, and he's playing really well. Low-key, just a chill guy. Cook or Sutton? Tough call. Cook or Sutton is a tough call for me. I think the weather tonight plays a bit of a factor in this decision. 49ers are a top 10 run defense. Meanwhile, the Browns as a pass defense, they're kind of middle of the pack. It's a close call for me. Low-key, I'm going to lean just slightly towards Sutton. Don't love it. Feel like it's closer to a coin flip than I want it to be. But I'd go Sutton just barely. I just don't know how many points we're getting in tonight's game. ZR1 109, Bucky Irving or Garrett Wilson? It's Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving for sure. Mike Garafolo, Pollard, DK Ridley, Taysom Hill, pick two. Matt Garafolo, this one's going to shock you. I'm going Pollard, and I'm going Taysom Hill. Pollard and Taysom Hill on that one. Taysom Hill over DK, actually for me, I take the risk. I know it's a tough call. DK could burn me on it, but I think Taysom Hill finds the touchdown that we're looking for. I'd go Pollard and Taysom Hill, and I'd shock all the other owners in your league. MGH355, I'd go Marvin Harrison Jr. MGH355, Marvin Harrison Jr. Cruz, Herbert or Allen? I'd go Herbert. The snowy conditions are playing a factor, but also the 49ers defense as well. I'd go Justin Herbert. Great matchup in a dome. I like that one more. John, Jennings or Pittman? I'm worried if Pittman goes up against Christian Gonzalez today, but I'd still take Pittman. The Patriots' pass defense sucks outside of Christian Gonzalez, so I'd take Pittman over Jennings. Micah Rivera, Allen or Jaden Daniels? I'm leaning Jaden Daniels. If you guys can't tell, I'm not high on Josh Allen this week. I'm worried about the snow conditions. He could get a rushing touchdown, which could still make him a decent fantasy own, but I'd rather take Jaden Daniels, even in a tough matchup against the Titans. I'm just worried about the conditions tonight. I think it could be a running game that could have a clock that's constantly moving, a low-scoring game. Just not sure if I want Josh Allen this evening. Jonathan Santiago, CMC or Kenneth Walker III? Kenneth Walker III on that one. Feel confident about it as well. LeBron, Herbert, or Baker? That's a tough call. I'm going to say Baker Mayfield just barely again. The Carolina Panthers defense is making this decision for me. I feel strongly about Baker Mayfield and how he's played this season. He's been phenomenal. Frankly, Baker I don't think gets enough love given how well he's played, but I'd go Baker over Justin Herbert. Close call, though. The fact that Mike Evans is back and he's had a full week of practice, that also makes me feel pretty good. Jonah, Edwards with Dobbins out or ETN? I'd go Edwards. Gus Edwards, yep. Rock Inc. 24. I'd go Edwards over London. That may surprise you, but the matchup favors Edwards more against that Falcons run defense. Temya Lima, Chase Brown or Sutton? I'd probably go Chase Brown on that one just barely. D. Graham, do I start Otten over Pitts? Yes, I'd start Cade Otten. Start Cade Otten on that one. And by the way, I know you're starting a lot of Bucks, but actually this is a day I'm willing to stack Bucks players. I'm willing to stack Buccaneers players. I think that's going to be a decently high-scoring game, and I think the Buccaneers are going to score plenty of points. So whether it's Bucky Irving, Rachaad White, Mike Evans, Cade Otton, or Baker Mayfield, feel good about playing the Buccaneers' offensive players today. Do you want to play their defense? I wouldn't do that necessarily. Might see Bryce Young put up some points once again. Funky Town, 81-76. Great to see you this morning. Out of that group, which two would I start? I'd probably start Higgins and McLaurin. The McLaurin play, I know, is a tough call with the Titans pass defense, but I'd go Higgins and McLaurin. Higgins and McLaurin on that. Mao Joe, Cooper, or Xavier Legette. I'd go Xavier Legette. Xavier Legette of the Carolina Panthers. Great matchup for him against the Bucs. Xavier Legette is the play for me. Love that one. Brent, I'd go Aaron Jones. Brent, I'd go Aaron Jones. Extended Mags, great to see you this morning. I'd go McLaughlin. D. Graham, Bills, Seahawks, or Colts defense. I'd go Bills. On that one. Brent, I'd go Aaron Jones, buddy. Aaron Jones in the flex. Marr, Daniels, or Stroud. It's C.J. Stroud. The Jacksonville Jaguars pass defense is the worst in the NFL in terms of passing yards. I'd go C.J. Stroud, everybody. It's Gavin, pick one. Bucky, it's Gavin, go Bucky Irving. The Professor Tundra. What you got there, Professor Tundra? Oh, Butt Fumble Sports logo. You got to be careful. We own that one. Kenneth Walker III, Professor Tundra. Kenneth Walker III. Doyle, start two. Hall, Chuba Hubbard, or D. Henry. It's a tough call. It's Chuba Hubbard and Hall are the better starts, but how can I sit Derrick Henry? Man, that's a tough call. I think Chuba Hubbard and Breece Hall are the better plays. I'm going to tell you that now. I think those are the two better starts. I understand it's just difficult to not play Derrick Henry, but I think Chuba Hubbard and Breece Hall are the better plays. I say that, Doyle. If you are going to play Derrick Henry, I'd probably make Chuba Hubbard the second running back. Dylan Hinson, pick two. Rachaad White and Terry McLaurin. Rachaad White and... it's close, but the Minnesota Vikings run defense is the best in the NFL. I don't love James Conner today. I'd go White and Terry McLaurin. Appreciate the question, though. Justin Eubanks, pick two. Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. BTJ has more value with Trevor Lawrence coming back, but I still think I prefer Devontae Adams just barely. Under the radar, Akine, QJ, MVS. How do you feel about the names versus Debo? I actually like MVS the most out of that group. I think Quentin Johnston could come back. He had those drops last week. I think he could bounce back and have a decent game. Akine's a good play. Under the radar, I think those are actually three good kind of under the radar plays to play off of your name. MVS would probably be the one I like the most out of the group. Ryan, flex Thielen or Pittman? It's Thielen. I know I dumped on him last week, but Thielen's the best play this week. Aiden Thompson, Bo Nix or Josh Allen? Tough call. I'd go Bo Nix just barely. The weather's probably getting in my head a little bit on that one, Aiden Thompson. I'd go Bo Nix. I'd go Taysom Hill. I'd go Pollard and B-Rob. Taysom Hill, Allen, Hill, Pollard, B-Rob. That's how I would construct my lineup out of the players you listed. Jonathan Santiago, I'd go Kenneth Walker III and McBride. On that group. Edwards, Linz, Linz with the stars. I'd go Gus Edwards on that one. By the way, if you're waiting to be a caller, we will take calls at 12. We'll take calls at 12 p.m. So if you guys want to call, join the show as a guest, we're going to do that at noon. So in an hour and a half, 90 minutes from now. Just Blaze, we're going to go Gus Edwards, Just Blaze. We're going to go Gus Edwards. Reminder, if you guys want every bet that I make every single day, DM me on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports. That's the name of my handle over on Instagram. DM me, Butt Fumble Sports, just like John Holcomb did. John Holcomb is like, can I get the picks for today? John, I'm sending you the link right now so you can see every bet that I make every day. You shouldn't pay for picks. I know there are people on social media who charge for their picks. They give out like one teaser and then they put the rest behind a paywall. That's bullshit. It's nonsense. They shouldn't do it. I don't. I give away my picks for free. You can follow them, you can fade them, you can see if we agree on things, or you can just see what I like. That's entirely up to you. But I show every bet that I make every day for free. You're a sports fan just like me. You may want to see what I like to bet on based on all the research I've done throughout the week. If you want to, DM me on Instagram. I give away the picks for free. They will never be behind a paywall. That's a promise I make to you. Should I flex Otten, Bigsby, MHJ, or Gus Edwards? Tough call. I'd go MHJ. I'd go MHJ over Otten on that one just barely. Nasir Numi. Which QB? Kyler Murray. Nasir Numi. Kyler Murray would be the play. Ryan, appreciate you hitting me up. Ryan Smith over on Instagram. You just got every bet I make every day. Reminder, we also give out our picks during the show. We will give out a pick when we hit, let's say, 25,000 likes or 25 shares. So 25,000 likes or 25 shares, whichever one we get to first, we'll give away a pick right now, right during the show. And by the way, the picks I give out during the show are the picks that I like the most. They're my favorite picks of the day. So, Michael, Andrews or Pitts or Disley? That's a tough call. I think it's Disley, actually. I think Disley is going to be the best play out of that one. So 25,000 likes or 25 shares, whatever we get to first. By the way, Michael Everett, I don't answer fantasy questions on Instagram because I'm doing that on every other platform, but you do get my bets over on Instagram. H, start 2. H, you only gave me 2. Jordan, howdy to you. Hope you're having a good day over on the ranch. Kyle, Purdy or Stafford? That's a tough call, but it's Stafford for me. Kyle, I'd go Stafford. Stafford's the play. Rye, I'd go Scantling. Rye, I'd go MVS. Valdez Scantling. OBS, I'd go Stroud over Knicks. OBS, I'd go Stroud over Knicks. Jake Son, appreciate you hitting me up on Instagram. You just got every bet I make every day. Leap year, I believe that's how I pronounce that. You just got every bet I make every day. Thanks for hitting me up on Instagram. Super Dad, Justin Herbert. Super Dad, Justin Herbert. J-Dub, I'd go Dalton Schultz. J-Dub, I'd go Dalton Schultz. Mel 626, great to have you with us this morning. I'd go Marvin Harrison Jr. Mel 626, Marvin Harrison Jr. Love his matchup. Big Gums, I'd go Ken Walker. Big Gums, I'd go Kenneth Walker III. Seb, should I start MVS, Warren, Disley, Akine? Seb, I'd go MVS. I'd go MVS just barely. Gilbert, thanks for hitting me up on Instagram. You just got every bet I make every day. Thank you, Gilbert. Jake's son, I'd go Anthony Richardson. Jake's son, appreciate you hitting me up on Instagram. I see your question. I'd go Anthony Richardson, Jake's son. Calberg, Ladd, B-Robert, BTJ in a full PPR. Calberg, the full PPR, it's a red herring. B-Rob is the best start today. Brian Robinson Jr., he's the best start from that group. Parker, I'd go Gus over ETN. Parker Bolin, I'd go Gus Edwards over ETN. Rob D, Niners defense or Washington defense? I'm going to go Washington defense. Now, the Niners defense could benefit from the snowy conditions, but the Titans they make mistakes. Will Levis he's an idiot. He just throws interceptions. He makes mistakes. They could get some passing yards, but Washington knows how to apply pressure, get sacks. I'm going to take Washington defense. Connor Carey, thanks for hitting me up on Instagram. Connor, go check out my picks, bud. Appreciate you. Brady Hyman, pick 2. Brady, I'd go BTJ and Wilson. Brady Hyman, BTJ and Wilson would be the 2. John, between Goddard and Etienne, I'd go Goddard. Believe it or not, I'd go Goddard. It may shock you, but that's where I come out. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you guys love the content and the conversation. If you do, hit the follow button. Make sure you're a member of this community of sports fans because we're live almost every day. Queeron Avery, which team you like more, Arizona or Minnesota on the money line? On the money line, it's a coin flip. Which team am I betting on? I'll throw it up on the board. We haven't gotten there yet, but I'll put this pick up on the board. I'm taking Cardinals at plus 4.5. Cardinals at plus 4.5. That's if I'm taking it straight up. If I'm taking it on a parlay play, I'm going to make it at plus 7 just to add it to a parlay play. But I think the Cardinals are going to keep this game very competitive. I'd rather have the Cardinals in a close game. Hope you guys are loving the content in the show. Make sure you follow us. Stone Cold Man, appreciate you guys. Stone Cold, I'd go Mike Evans. Stone Cold Man, I'd go Mike Evans. Temya Lima, Bucks, Seahawks, Jets, or Cardinals, rank these defenses? I don't really know, to be honest with you. It's a bit of a coin flip between the group. I'd probably go... Bucks 1, Jets 2, Seahawks 3, Cardinals 4, I think. But I don't really love the question, to be honest with you. It's a tough call. Barack, start 1, I'd go Dell. Barack, I'd start Dell. Barack Z, I'd start Dell. Appreciate the question, bud. Mason, start 3. Mason, I would start Higgins, Evans, and Breece Hall. Mason, Higgins, Evans, and Breece Hall. Under the radar, I'd go MVS. Under the radar, I'd go MVS. Monique, I'm here. Appreciate you watching the show. We were waiting for you. Garrett Hall, pick 2. I'd go Dell and Pittman. Garrett Hall, Dell and Pittman. Stephen Hancock, I'd go B-Rob. Stephen Hancock, Brian Robinson Jr. Luis Sebastian, I'd go Taysom Hill. Luis Sebastian Reno, I'd go Taysom Hill. Believe it or not, I love Taysom Hill this week. H. Dykstra, I'd go Bucky. H. Dykstra, I'd go Bucky. Jay Courts, I'd go Rashad White. Jay Courts, I'd go Rashad White. Just barely. Close call between White and Edwards, to be honest. Cameron, good morning. I'd go Taysom Hill. Cameron, I'd go Taysom Hill, Walker, and I'd go Lamar. Hill, Walker, and Lamar would be the 3 for me. Nason's Rips, I'd go Jonathan Taylor. Nason's Rips, I'd go Jonathan Taylor. Jesse, thanks for throwing some confetti in the air and helping us with our live goal. Let's get another pickup on the board. Let's get our first player prop bet of the day up on the board. Our first player prop bet going up on the board, and it does relate to a game that we just gave a pick for, that Arizona Cardinals game. I like Kyler Murray a lot today. Kyler Murray, I think he goes over 200 yards, over 199.5 passing yards. I think Kyler Murray gets over 200 passing yards today. Think it's a very good day for Kyler Murray. Vikings give up a ton of passing yards. Kyler Murray, look for Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison Jr. to have good days. So the first player prop bet I'm putting up on the big board for today is Kyler Murray over 199.5 passing yards. I love that pick. Love that pick for him. Think that's going to be a bigger scoring game than maybe anticipated. But even if it's not, I think that Kyler is going to have to pass his way through that game way more than they can rely on James Conner to run it against that Vikings defense. We give out a pick every time we get our live goal of confetti. We will also give out a pick when we get 25 shares or we get 25,000 likes. So 25,000 likes or 25 shares, that's what will get us another pickup on the board. Or, obviously, confetti. Robert Gladstone, Lad McConkey. Robert Gladstone, I'd go Lad McConkey on that one, bud. Luke Heff, I'd go Higgins. Luke Heff, I'd go T. Higgins. PJ, I'd go Evan Ingram. PJ, I think I'd go Evan Ingram just barely, but it's a close call. H. Hockey, I'd go Bucky and Pollard. H. Hockey, Bucky and Pollard. Tino, I'd go Baker over Kyler. Close call, but I'd go Baker over Kyler just barely. Brent, I'd go Commanders defense. Brent, Commanders defense. Alex, I'd go Cade Otton over Taysom Hill. Close call, but I'd go Cade Otton over Taysom Hill in a close one. Jason Biankowski, if Breece Hall doesn't play, I'd go Gus Edwards. Jason, I'd go Gus Edwards. Hope you guys are enjoying the conversation. Let's get back to some questions. Bane Bennett, I'd go Pittman. Bane Bennett, I'd go Pittman on that one. Appreciate the question. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Let's keep at it, everybody. New Jersey Memes, I'd go MVS. New Jersey Memes, I'd go MVS. Nolan Holloway, I'd go Otten. Nolan Holloway, I'd go Otten. Easy peasy. Pick 2, I'd go Pollard, and I think I'd go DK. It's a close call, but I'd go Pollard and DK. Nathan Krapp, MVS, Thielen, Cooper, McNichols or Pitts. I'd go Thielen and MVS. Nathan Krapp, I'd go Thielen and MVS. Luka, Zay, JSN, or B-Rob at the flex. Luka, it's B-Rob. Luka, it's B-Rob. Unwanted Viper, I'd go Bucky just barely over Chuba Hubbard. Close, but I'd go Bucky over Chuba Hubbard. But let's be honest, those are two of the best running backs to have today. Thoughts on Quentin Johnston today? I think he bounces back. I think Quentin Johnston will have at least one big catch today that gets him maybe 4 or 5 fantasy points just there. So I think Quentin Johnston does bounce back. Jesse just threw some confetti in the air, so let's get another pickup on the board. Thank you, Jesse, for the confetti. Let's get another pickup on the board. You guys know this is one of my favorite picks every week. Every week I make this pick, and every week this guy puts money in our pocket. Will Levis, come on down. Will Levis, over half an interception. Every week, this guy seems to make at least one stupid throw to the opposing team. Every week he does it. Will Levis, over half an interception. You can put it on the board. Yes, sir. Because Will Levis is going to make that Mayo brain stupid move of the day at some point, and I'm betting the Commanders make that interception. So Will Levis, over half an interception, latest pick that we're putting up on the big board. By the way, if you want to find that bet, it's around minus 155 on DraftKings. If you want to take advantage of the sports promos today, hit the link in my TikTok bio. My link tree has a bunch of promos that the sports books offer for today. Take advantage of them. They increase the return on your bets. Why wouldn't you want to do that? So check out those promos in my link tree. That way you can take advantage of what the DraftKings, FanDuels, BetMGMs, and underdogs of the world are offering. AB, I'd go Justin Herbert. AB, Justin Herbert. Liz, thanks so much, bestie. I appreciate you, Liz. Tillin, Jaden Daniels or Justin Herbert. I'd go Herbert and Marvin Harrison Jr. Tillin, Herbert, and Marvin Harrison Jr. Brian, tough call, Brian. I'm leaning towards Jalen Warren, Brian, but it's close. I lean Warren, but it's close, Brian. Dole, I'd go K9 and Cook. Dole, I'd go K9 and Cook. Grant CR, I'd go Garrett Wilson. Grant CR, I'd go Garrett Wilson. Emerson, I'd go McConkey and Adams. Emerson, McConkey, and Adams. Zach, I'd go Justin Herbert. Zach, I'd go Justin Herbert. Queen Libra, I'd go Pollard. Queen Libra, I'd go Pollard. Just barely. Close call on that one, though. Pollard just barely for me. Washington Commanders' run defense is that bad. Will XM, start 3. I'd go Bucky Irving, Evans, and Chuba Hubbard. Will XM, Bucky, Evans, and Chuba Hubbard. And yes, I would double up on the Bucs players. Rarity that I do that, but today is an example of it. Tyler T, 53. I'd go Kyler Murray. Tyler T, 53. Kyler Murray just barely. Hitta, I'd go Gus Edwards. Hitta, I'd go Gus Edwards. Appreciate your questions. If you guys want every bet I make every day, DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports. DM me on Instagram to get every bet that I make every day for free. They're never behind a paywall. I never charge for them. They're always accessible. A lot of transparency. So DM me on Instagram if you want those picks every day. Not just my favorites, but every bet that I make every day. Jesus, West Ave Warrior, Warren, or Gus Edwards? Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards. And both over Shakir. Jesus, West Ave, both over Shakir. AB, I'd go McConkey. AB, I'd go McConkey. Alex, I'd go... Alex, I'd go Addison. Alex, I'd go Addison just barely. RJ Fergus, it's a close call. You're already starting Wilson, so I'd go McLaurin. If you're already starting Wilson, I wouldn't double up on the Jets passing game. Oxnard Eagle, I'd go Calvin Ridley. Oxnard Eagle, Calvin Ridley. Tillin Pullis, I mentioned it earlier, Herbert and Marvin Harrison Jr. Caleb, I'd go London and McConkey. Caleb, London and McConkey. Jacob, thanks for hitting me up on Instagram. You're going to get every bet I make every day. There you go, Jacob. Appreciate you DMing me on Instagram. You got every bet I make every day now. Jared Bova, I'd go... Jared, I think I'd go McLaurin over BTJ, but it's close. I'd go McLaurin over BTJ, but close. Queen Libra, I'd go Leggett. Queen Libra, I'd go Xavier Leggett. Calberg, I'd go Lad McConkey. Calberg, Lad McConkey. Anthony, I'd go Sutton. Anthony, I'd go Sutton. AB, I'd go BTJ. AB, BTJ. Chicken Wing, I'd go JSN. Chicken Wing, I'd go JSN just barely. Curly, I'd go B-Rob. Curly, I'd go Brian Robinson Jr. Tim Mart, I'd go Allen. I'd go Bo Allen. Rashad, I'd go Justin Herbert. Rashad, I think I lean Justin Herbert just barely. Super close, though. William Blunt, I'd go Bucky Irving. William Blunt, I'd go Bucky Irving. Ethan Gentry, I'd go Bo Nix. Ethan Gentry, I lean Bo Nix just barely. Brian, I'd go Otten. Brian, I'd go Cade Otten. XOXOX, I'd go Pollard. XOXOX, I'd go Pollard. Jespy, I'd go Gus Edwards. Jespy, I'd go Gus Edwards. Sean Mata, I'd go McBride and Hawkinson. Sean Mata, McBride and Hawkinson. Curly, I'd go B-Rob. Curly, I'd go B-Rob. Hope you guys are loving the conversation and the show. Throw your questions in the chat. That's what we're here for. We will be live for another 2 hours. You heard that right. We are live for another 2 hours. We will take calls in probably an hour and 15 minutes. So that's the programming for the show. We'll continue to take written questions for about another hour and 10 minutes, hour and 12 minutes, and then we will take callers for the rest of the show. Howdy to you, Rodney. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope all of you are having a wonderful Sunday. It's great talking sports with you guys. Tino, I'd go Commanders defense. Tino, Commanders defense. Headshaw, I'd go Taysom. Headshaw, I'd go Cade Otten. Headshaw, I'd go Cade Otten. Jared Bova McLaurin. Mason, I'd go Bills. Mason, I'd go Bills defense. Tyler Ola, I'd go A.J. Brown and MHJ. Tyler Ola, A.J. Brown and MHJ. Justin Lane, renewal a subscriber, because we got another subscriber. Every time someone subscribes, no matter the platform, we give away picks. Every time we get a subscriber, whether it's on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Twitter X, doesn't matter. Wherever we get a subscriber, we give out picks. So let's give out a pick to say thank you for our renewal subscriber. Let's get that pick up on the board, everybody. Next pick. Look, Trevor Lawrence says he's going to play today. I think Trevor Lawrence throws an interception today. If Trevor Lawrence plays, I think Trevor Lawrence goes over half an interception. Trevor Lawrence over half an interception is minus 150 on BetMGM. I think Trevor Lawrence throws one to the Houston Texans today. I like Trevor Lawrence over half an interception. Sounds like he's going to play. Hasn't had a ton of practice time. Hasn't had a ton of chemistry with his receivers, even when he has been on the field. I think he throws interception today. Daniel Feldman, I'd go Taylor and Terry. Taylor and Terry on that one. Joseph, I'd go MVS. Joseph, MVS. Sean, I'd go Jonathan Taylor. Sean, I'd go Jonathan Taylor just barely. Thomas Moore, I'd go Otten. Thomas Moore, I'd go Otten. John G, I'd go Richardson. John G, I'd go Richardson. Zebo, I'd go Herbert. Zebo, I'd go Herbert just barely. CN, I'd go Jonathan Taylor. CN, I'd go Jonathan Taylor just barely over Chuba Hubbard. Liz! Thanks for the confetti, Liz. Let's get another pickup on the board. You guys know how we do. Let's get another pickup on the board. Thank you, Liz, for the confetti. Next pickup on the board is going to be from that Tampa Bay Carolina Panthers game. I've got a lot of picks for that one, but the first one I'm going to put up on the board is going to be Bucky Irving over 49.5 rushing yards. Bucky Irving over 49.5 rushing yards. If you told me he got to over 60 rushing yards, I'd believe it. But for the purposes of this bet, I'm going to take it at over 49.5. So I think Bucky Irving gets to 50 rushing yards. I'll throw this one up on the board as well. I also think Bucky Irving finds the end zone. Bucky Irving, anytime touchdown. So this is a 2-for-1. Bucky Irving, 50 rushing yards, and Bucky Irving, anytime touchdown. Appreciate the support, guys. Hope you guys are loving the show. We give out picks throughout the course of it. Liz, thanks so much for supporting the show. Liz, I'd go Hawkinson. Liz, I'd go Hawkinson. Scooby Mob, I'd go Pollard. Scooby Mob, I'd go Pollard. Bobby, 1 RB, 1 flex. I'd go White and B-Rob. Bobby, I'd go Rashad White and Brian Robinson Jr. User 2555, I'd go Richardson. I would go Richardson. Godfather 1131, Bucky and Taylor in my lineup, but Brian Robinson sitting. Is that a good move? I think so. I like Bucky and Taylor more than B-Rob. It's super close. I think those are 3 of my favorite running backs of the week, so I get the kind of doubt that you have, Godfather, but I'd go Bucky and Taylor. I feel better about the 2 of them, just barely over Robinson, but it is close. I'm not going to lie. Austin, I'd go Murray. I'd go Murray and the Texans. Murray and the Texans defense. Gus 24, I'd go Anthony Richardson. Gus 24, Anthony Richardson. Alex with the with the rain cloud. Start 3 between Jones, Brown, Walker, and B-Rob. It's Jones, Walker, and B-Rob. Jones, Walker, and B-Rob are the 3. User 74, Bucky over CMC and Kyron. It's a close call between Bucky and Kyron Williams. I lean Bucky Irving just barely, but it's very close between Bucky and Kyron Williams. I'm going to go Bucky, but it's a close call. Sean, pick 2. I would go Pickens and Scary Terry. Sean, Pickens and Scary Terry. 69 Kevo, I'd go Jonathan Taylor. I'd go Taylor 1, Pollard 2, and B-Rob 3. I think that's where I come out, 69 Kevo. Maybe the only concern I have is that Anthony Richardson could vulture a touchdown. But I think I like Jonathan Taylor the most. Gio, Stevenson or Auden at the flex. Close call, close call. I'm going to go Stevenson just barely. Stevenson just barely over Auden. Do I feel great about it? No, it's a close one. Enrique, I'd go Vele. Enrique, I'd go Vele. User 9223, I'd go Najee. User 9223, I'd go Najee. Rodney, I'd go Thielen and Marvin Harrison Jr. Rodney, Thielen and Marvin Harrison Jr. Alex, I'd go Walker. Alex, I'd go Walker. Appreciate your question. Tyler Ola, AJ Brown, and MHJ. Luca, would you do Bucks or Seahawks defense over Vikings? It's close between the Bucks and the Vikings. It's a close call. I don't have a great vibe on it, to be honest. Headshaw, I'd go Otten. Headshaw, I'd go Otten. Sean Doran, I would sit. Sean, if Devontae Smith plays, I'd probably sit DK. Sean, I'm going to sit BTJ. Sean, I'm going to sit BTJ. Sean Doran, I'm going to sit BTJ. Mr. Plow, pick 3. Mr. Plow, I'd go, wow. Mr. Plow, you've got great running backs this week. I'd go Bucky, Kamara, and Kenneth Walker III. Mr. Plow, Bucky, Kamara, Kenneth Walker III. Those would be the 3 for me. Mommy of 2, I'd go Taysom Hill. Mommy of 2, I'd go Taysom Hill. HRW, I'd go Stevenson. HRW, I'd go Stevenson. Raymond Michael, I'd go Kirk Cousins. Raymond Michael, I'd go Kirk Cousins. And I'd go Murray. Cousins and Murray. Derek, I'd go MHJ. Derek, MHJ. Magic Mike, I'd go Stevenson. Magic Mike 88, I'd go Stevenson. Chris, I think I'd go Cousins. Chris, I think I lean Cousins barely. User 75, I'd go Murray. User 7559, I'd go Kyler Murray. Nick, I'd go Nick, I'd go Sam Darnold. Nick, I'd go Sam Darnold. TikTok shop account, I'd go Stevenson. TikTok shop account, I'd go Stevenson. Make sure you guys DM me on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports, just like Peyton did. Peyton wants to see every bet that I make every single day. Peyton, you just got access to every bet. Every bet I make every day automatically goes to the Sharps app. The Sharps app is like a giant bulletin board for every sports bet I make. It automatically shows up there, so I can't delete them. I can't hide them. I don't have to select them. You see them automatically, and a feature that's really good on Sharps, I like to do a lot of parlays and a lot of round robins. If you want to recreate those, but you don't want to go one by one and have to do it all yourself, going through all like the player props and all that stuff, there's a little whale's tail that shows up. You hit that, and the parlay that I created and bet on is recreated in your sports book. So if, for example, if I do an 8-leg parlay for like player prop bets on rushing yards or receiving yards, and you just want to be able to find all of them, you hit that whale's tail, they all populate. Super, super easy to do that. Oh, Mr. Plow, appreciate you hitting me up, Mr. Plow. Hope you're having a great day. Great to see you. Monique, they should be there. I talked to them. If they're not, I'll check it out a little bit later. El Pinche, because I'm right here with you, Monique, so obviously that's the thing. El Pinche, London. By the way, they should be there, though. They should be there. El Pinche, London, BTJ. Maybe you need to re-download the app, Monique, just to retry. El Pinche, London, BTJ, or Garrett Wilson. I'm going to lean just slightly, I think, towards Garrett Wilson. It's close, though. Parker, pick 1 for the flex. JSN Mooney, MVS Walker. I'm leaning Kenneth Walker III. I would double up on that. I don't love Geno Smith, to be honest with you, this week. Matt Chubb, I would go Flowers. Matt Chubb, I'd go Flowers barely. K-Shee, I'd go Murray. K-Shee, I'd go Murray. Donnie Gordon, I'd lean Darnold. Donnie Gordon, I'd lean Darnold. Dennis, I'd go Bucky Irving. Dennis, I'd go Bucky Irving. If you can, do me a small favor. Hit the follow button. Take one quick moment and hit the follow button on our channel. That way you never miss our show. That way you're a member of this amazing community every day. So if you can, take one quick second, no matter the platform you're watching on, and hit that follow button. Would mean a lot to us. Kevin, Wilson or Ridley? I'd go Wilson just barely. Wilson just barely. Kyle Bond, I'd go McLaughlin. Kyle Bond, I'd go McLaughlin. Extended Mags, I'd go Herbert. Extended Mags, I lean towards Herbert on that one. Appreciate you guys watching the show. Appreciate you guys hitting that follow button. Chris, I would start the Houston defense, Chris. I would start the Houston defense. Alex, we hit 25 likes. Thanks for keeping me. And we hit 25 shares. I owe you guys 2 picks. Okay, after I take a sip, 2 picks coming your way. Okay, guys, time to give out 2 more picks. We had 25 likes. We had 25 shares. And Flappo and Kevin on YouTube just subscribed, as well as Flappo. So I owe you guys 4 picks. 4 picks. Excuse me. 4 picks are coming your way. Everybody ready to go? 4 picks coming your way. Let's do it, everybody. It's going to be a mixture. The first 2 picks, let's make them total plays. 2 picks to start are going to be total plays. The next 2 picks will be player props. First one, Texans, Jaguars. We're going over. We're going over. I'm taking it at over 40.5. I love this play for parlays. I think this game is going to be played closer to like 47 or 48 points, but I can get this at over 40.5 at around minus 170 straight up. Obviously, that makes it a really good leg for parlays. I think there are going to be points in this game. Trevor Lawrence, he says he's playing. Jaguars haven't officially cleared him yet. We'll wait for word in about a half hour. But I like points in this Texans and Jaguars game. Give me the over. Texans and Jaguars over 40.5. I'd be willing to probably go over 44.5 on that one. The current total for that game is 44.5. Where's the money? It's on the over. 74% of the tickets are on the over. 81% of the money is on the over. I like the over in that one. I think CJ Stroud has a very big game. Speaking of which, let's actually slip in a player prop bet really quick. I like CJ Stroud today to go over 1.5 passing touchdowns. CJ Stroud over 1.5 passing touchdowns. It has not been a great play for him, but I think today it hits. I think Nico Collins gets a touchdown. That's another pick I'm putting up on the board. Nico Collins, anytime touchdown. So, I just gave out 3 picks around this Texans game. Texans and Jaguars, over 40.5. CJ Stroud, over 1.5 passing touchdowns. And Nico Collins, anytime touchdown. I promised you guys another total play. Let's go to the Rams and Saints game. Rams and Saints, I'm taking the over on this one as well. Rams and Saints, over 44.5. Next pick I'm putting up on the board. So here's a recap of the 4 picks I just gave out. Texans and Jaguars, over 40.5. Texans, Jaguars, over 40.5. CJ Stroud, over 1.5 passing touchdowns. CJ Stroud, over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Nico Collins, anytime touchdown. Nico Collins, anytime touchdowns. And the Rams and Saints, over 44.5. Rams and Saints, over 44.5. Love giving out my picks every day. Appreciate you guys supporting the show. When we get to 50 shares or 50,000 likes, we'll give out more picks, everybody. And of course, subscribe and confetti is another way to get picks. Jay-Z, I'd go Stafford. Jay-Z, I'd go Stafford. Elio, hey bro, I would start CJ Stroud. Elio, I'd start CJ Stroud. Deep, hey man, happy Sunday. Question on whether I should start Kittle or Taysom Hill. I'd go Taysom Hill. I love Taysom Hill's matchup. I'd go Taysom Hill today. That's the play that I prefer. Hope you guys are with me throughout the entirety of our show. Unknown Cohen, I'd go Jaden Daniels. Unknown Cohen, Jaden Daniels would be the play. Charlie, I'd go Flowers. Charlie, I'm leaning Flowers just barely. Flappo, I'd go Herbert. Flappo, I'd go Herbert and Taylor. Herbert and Taylor. Taylor just barely over Chuba Hubbard. Two of my favorite running backs of the week, to be fair. Concrete, I'd go Breece Hall and Bucky Irving. Concrete, Breece Hall and Bucky Irving. Inaki, I'd go Ladd McConkey. Inaki, Ladd McConkey. Oh, in a trade, no, I wouldn't do that trade. Inaki, don't do that deal. Inaki, don't do that deal. Tom Ash, I'd go Brian Robinson Jr. Tom Ash, Brian Robinson Jr. One dog, I'd go Thielen. One dog, I'd go Thielen. Booty Balla, good morning. Hope you're having a great day. To all of those who are watching our show, we have thousands of people who watch our show every day and tens of thousands who watch on NFL Sundays. Thank you so much for being a member of this Butt Fumble sports community. Fist bump, fist bump. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Hope you're having the best Sunday of your life. Jay Shows, I'd go Adams. Jay Shows, I'd go Adams. Chef Roy Juice, shout out to you. Chef Roy Juice, you know what I'm going to say. I don't like either one because of the snow tonight. I'd probably lean Shakir, but both are very risky plays because of the weather in upstate New York. I lean Shakir, but just barely. Don't love the weather reports. OBS Danny, Stroud or Nix? Stroud. Stroud would be the play. And it would be Thielen at the flex. OBS, Stroud and Thielen. Stroud and Thielen would be the play. Parker K, I'd go Ladd McConkey. Parker K, Ladd McConkey. Bills Niners could see 2-3 feet of snow. By the way, I grew up in Massachusetts. I had family friends who lived up in Buffalo. When they say it's going to be 2 to 3 feet of snow, that's not bullshit. If you guys don't live in the Northeast and you're like, 2-3 feet of snow, that's got to be nonsense. That's got to be fictional. That should be real. In Buffalo, you have roofs collapse on houses because they get so much snow in some of these storms. So 2 to 3 feet of snow is absolutely real. So just by the way, in case you guys were wondering if this is something to be concerned about, it absolutely is. Because when snowstorms blow through Buffalo, it is hard to play football. I'm just letting you guys know. Booty Balla, start 3. It would be Evans, Brown, and Nico Collins. Booty Balla, Evans, Brown, and Nico Collins. Hard for me to sit Jamar and Marvin Harrison Jr. You just got too many good wide receivers, to be honest with you. DA, I'd go Jaden Daniels. DA, I lean Jaden Daniels just barely. Connor, Brian Robinson Jr., anytime touchdown thoughts? It's on my big board. Putting it up there right now. Brian Robinson Jr., anytime touchdown. I love this play today. No Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler got put on IR this week. Brian Robinson Jr., anytime touchdown is a phenomenal play for all those folks out there. I think he scores a touchdown. Feel really good about it. El Pinche, Josh Allen anytime touchdown, and Ray Davis anytime touchdown. El Pinche's giving you some insight. Brad Crispin, B-Rob would be the play. Brad Crispin, Brian Robinson Jr. Manny, 1-2-4-3-6. I'd go MVS. Manny, 1-2-4-3-6. I'd go MVS just barely in a close call. You know what I'm saying? I go DK. You know what I'm gonna say? I'd go DK. Rodney, I'd go Najee. Rodney, I'd go Najee. Knuckles, I'd go Marvin Harrison Jr. just barely. Oh, sorry. Crunkles? I'd go Marvin Harrison Jr. just barely. Yo soy un pan. Should I start Kittle today? I don't like George Kittle, to be honest with you. There are other tight ends I prefer. A lot of you guys have been asking me about George Kittle or Taysom Hill. I'd rather play Taysom Hill today. That's an example of someone I like more than George Kittle. T. Bringwell, I'd go between Debo and Mark Andrews. I think probably Debo is a slightly better play, but the weather is a massive question mark. Johnny B, I'd go Baker. Johnny B, I'd go Baker Mayfield. ESE, I think I'd go Shakir over Jennings. For those who are asking about Shakir over Jennings, I'd lean Shakir, but again, this weather has me worried. Sneaky DRX, I'd go DK. Sneaky DRX, I'd go DK. Booty Bola, I'd go Murray. Booty Bola, I'd go Murray. Tinoak, I'd go Kenneth Walker. Tino, I'd go Kenneth Walker III. Appreciate the questions. Hope you're loving the show. Camden, I'd go Richardson. Camden, I'd go Richardson. No matter the platform you're watching on, it's great to have you as a viewer. I appreciate every single one of you. If you're a sports fan just like me, make sure you hit the follow button. That way you're watching our show every time we go live, because we talk sports almost every single day, except when it's Thanksgiving and I'm spending it with the fam. Sneaky, I'd go DK. Sneaky, I'd go DK. A reminder, if you guys want every bet I make every day, I give them away for free. Just DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports, the name of my channel, the name of my company, the name of my handle over on Instagram. I give away the picks for free. Why? Because I love researching sports data. I would do it no matter what. So if I'm going to make picks based on all the research, why not give it away for free to all of you guys out there? Why would I charge for that? That's such an asshole move to charge for picks. I don't do that. I'm Butt Fumble Sports. I'm not an asshole. I'm Butt Fumble Sports. So I give away my picks for free every day. DM me on Instagram if you want them. Brian Mayfield. Brian Manlove, I'd go Mayfield. TJ, I'd go MBS. TJ, I'd go MBS. Sneaky, I'd go Vele. Sneaky, I'd go Vele. Avi Cohen, I'd go McLaurin, but to be honest, I think Superflex leagues are stupid. I'm not going to lie. I have opinions on things. I think Superflex leagues are stupid, and I really don't understand why people play them, to be honest. Anthony Doolittle, I'd go Wilson. Anthony Doolittle, I'd go Wilson. Can anyone explain to me why Superflex leagues are even done? Like, why would anyone want that? Is it because they don't think we get enough quarterbacks in our leagues? Like, why do Superflex leagues? Like, I don't get that. You never see two quarterbacks on the field at the same time. Why would I have two quarterbacks in my fantasy league? Can anyone explain that to me? Seriously? Asher Gorney, I'd go Devontae Adams. Asher Gorney, I'd go Devontae Adams. Booty Balla, appreciate you. Fist bump. Manny, 12436. I'd go Thielen. Manny, I'd go Thielen and MBS. Thielen and MBS would be the two I would play. Ethan Ingram, I'd go MVS. Ethan Ingram, I'd go MVS. Anthony Doolittle, I'd go Wilson. Crystal Trejo, I'd go Stafford. And I'd go Denver defense. I take that back. Crystal, I'd go Stafford and Houston. Stafford and Houston. Godfather, Eileen Goddard. Godfather, Eileen Goddard, barely. Super close. Super close. The only reason I'm leaning Goddard is the Ravens give up so many passing yards. Queen Libra, appreciate you. Queen of Black, hope you're having a great Sunday. There you go. Every pick that I make every single day. Appreciate you watching the show. Queen Libra, good viewer. Rodney, Disley or Ertz? I lean Disley just barely. I'd go Disley just barely. Hawkeye, I'd go Wilson and Marvin Harrison Jr. Wilson and Harrison, Hawkeye. AB, I'd go JT. AB, I'd go JT. Christian Silva, I'd go McConkey. Christian Silva, I'd go McConkey. Manny, I'd go MVS. Manny, I'd go MVS. Enrique, I'd go CJ Stroud. Enrique, I lean CJ Stroud just barely. I think all three could have decent games, though. Junior, I'd go Higgins. Junior, I'd go T. Higgins. Darth Raider 4, need one, I'd go Pollard. Darth Raider 4, I lean Tony Pollard just barely over Edwards. Pollard's the play. Let's U-Haul. I'd go B-Rob over Pollard, I think. You know what? I take it back. Let's U-Haul. It's a close call here. I think I'd go Pollard over B-Rob. It's close, though. I think that's a coin flip. I think both have big games. Pollard and B-Rob both could have massive games. They are worth some player prop bets today. Tangle Nuts, I'd go MBS. Tangle Nuts, I'd go MBS. Kung Ebro, I'd go Taysom Hill. Kung Ebro, I'd go Taysom Hill. Hope you guys are loving the content and the conversation. Make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're with us every time that we're live. It is so wonderful to be with you guys every single day. I hope you guys are loving the content and the conversation. Jack Blackburn, I'd go Stafford. Jack Blackburn, I'd go Stafford. User 5403, I'd go Gus Edwards. User 5403, Gus Edwards. Warren, tip of the cap to you. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Fist bump to you. Appreciate every single one of you. You guys are the best. Brock Scott, I'd go Marvin Harrison Jr. Brock Scott, I'd go Marvin Harrison Jr. If you don't want to double up, I get it, but I think it's okay to double up on it today if you wanted to. Scotty, I'd go McConkey. Scotty Delph, I'd go McConkey. Manny, I did answer it. I'd go MVS. I did answer it. I'd go MVS. Slosh, I'd go Brian Robinson Jr. and Flowers. Slosh, Brian Robinson Jr. and Flowers. Michaela, hey, hope you're having a great day. Jack, I'd go Brees Hall. Jack, I'd go Brees Hall. Stephen Falcon, I'd go Ridley. Stephen Falcon, I'd go Ridley. Barley's World, I'd go Fryermuth. Barley's World, I'd go Fryermuth. YSL, I'd go Otten. YSL, I'd go Otten. And I'd go Pickens. Otten and Pickens would be the two. Otten and Pickens would be the two. Dom, I'd go Scary Terry. Dom, I'd go Scary Terry. Hope you guys are loving the show. Ghost 555, I'd go Dell. Ghost 555, I lean just slightly towards Dell. Leaky, I'd go Dell. Leaky, I'd go Dell. Alex Hernandez, I'd go Baker. Alex Hernandez, I'd go Baker. Chuck Acklin, I like them both today. I lean just slightly towards Pollard, but Pollard and Chuba Hubbard are both phenomenal plays. Roger, I'd go Ridley. Roger, I lean slightly towards Ridley, I think. Rob K, I'd go Pollard. Rob K, I'd go Pollard. Matt Butler, I'd go Disley. Matt Butler, I'd go Disley. Thanks for the flowers, guys. Gav, I'd go Rashad White. Gav, I'd go Rashad White. Nathan Krapp, I'd go Gus and Najee. Nathan Krapp, Gus and Najee would be the two. Tevin Baker, I'd go Stafford. Tevin Baker, I'd go Stafford. Sean Kim, I'd go MHJ. Sean Kim, MHJ. Mike, thanks so much for the W. Tristan, I'd go Bucky. Tristan, I'd go Bucky Irving. Tony, I'd go Jordan Addison. Tony, I'd go Jordan Addison barely. D. Grace, I'd go Goddard, but it's a close call. I lean Goddard barely. Teddy P, I'd go Cousins. Teddy P, I'd go Cousins. L-E-L-L, I'd go Adams. I'd go Adams. User 5403, I'd go Chuba Hubbard. User 5403, I'd go Chuba Hubbard. Appreciate the questions. Libra with locks, I'd go Bucky. Libra with locks, I'd go Bucky. Geo, I'd go Devontae Adams. Geo, I'd go Devontae Adams. Patrick, I'd go MHJ. Patrick, I'd go Marvin Harrison Jr. Tristan, I'd go Bucky Irving. Tristan, I'd go Bucky Irving. Walker, I'd go Pollard. Walker, I lean Pollard just barely. Mishman, I'd go Dell. Mishman, I'd go Dell just barely, but a close call. Hope you guys are loving the show. Make sure you hit that follow button. Sean A, I'd go Chuba Hubbard. Sean A, Chuba Hubbard. McGruber, I'd go Tank Dell. McGruber, I'd go Tank Dell. Nolan, I'd go B-Rob. Nolan, I'd go B-Rob. Mac Slick. Because of the weather, should I start B-Rob over McCaffrey? Yes. Start Brian Robinson Jr. over McCaffrey. Francisco, that's fun to say. Francisco, I'd go Mike Evans. Francisco, I'd go Mike Evans. Christian Silva, I'd go Commanders. Christian Silva, I'd go Texans defense. Texans and Walker III. Christian Silva, Texans and Walker III. Mike, I'd go Devontae. Mike, I'd go Devontae. Kevin, I'd go Kevin Harrell. That's a tough call. I think I'd go James Conner, but I think it's a coin flip. Woo! Hope you guys are enjoying the content, enjoying the show. Make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're with us every time that we're live. Adam G, I'd go Edwards. Adam G, Edwards. Chris, I'd go London. Chris, I lean London, I think. Kate Otten over Taysom Hill. Kate Otten over Taysom Hill. Shanda the Wine Panda. Let's go. Shanda the Wine Panda with some confetti up in the air. You know that means we owe you guys a pick. Let's get another pick up on the board, everybody. Next pick that we're going to put up on the board is going to be another player prop bet, everyone. Another player prop bet coming your way. Next one that I'm going to give out is going to be... Okay, it's Taysom Hill time. Taysom Hill over 24.5 receiving yards. Taysom Hill over 24.5 receiving yards. If you told me Taysom Hill got an anytime touchdown, I would totally believe it. I actually do have bets with Taysom Hill getting a touchdown. Taysom Hill over 24.5 receiving yards. The next pickup on the board. Thanks, Shanda the Wine Panda. Sean Mata. Pick up Taysom Hill. Sean Mata, pick up Taysom Hill. Nick Whitaker, I'd go CJ. Nick Whitaker, I'd go CJ Stroud. Warren Hackler, I'd go DK and Higgins. Warren Hackler, I'd go Wilson and Higgins. Wilson and Higgins. DV, Justin Jefferson. DV, Justin Jefferson. Queen Libra, I'd go Thielen and Pittman. Queen Libra, Thielen and Pittman just barely. Matt Paul, I'd go Pickens. Matt Paul, Pickens. Reed Walker, I'd go McLaurin. Reed Walker, I'd go McLaurin. Hope you're loving the show. Make sure you follow. Colin88, I'd go Adams. Colin88, I'd go Adams. Juan, I'd go Stevenson. Juan, I'd go Stevenson. Jordan, I'd go Tank Dell. Jordan, I'd go Tank Dell just barely. Gilbert, I'd go Chuba Hubbard. Jordan Johnson, thanks for resubscribing, Jordan. Appreciate you becoming a resubscriber. So let's get back to picks. Another pick going up on the board to say thank you. Let's go to another player prop bet. Talked about Cade Otton. Cade Otton over 39.5 receiving yards. Cade Otton over 39.5 receiving yards. Latest pick we put up on the board. So a moment ago we gave Taysom Hill over 24.5 receiving yards. Now we're giving out Cade Otton over 39.5 receiving yards. Appreciate you guys supporting the show. Riley, I'd go Lad McConkey. Riley VDH, I'd go Lad. Darth Oz, I'd go Wilson. Darth Oz, I'd go Wilson barely. Sam, I'd go Bucky. Sam, I'd go Bucky just barely over Pickens. Low-key, just a chill guy, I'd go Jones. Low-key, just a chill guy, I'd go Jones. Official Mar, I'd go Bucky and Bijan. Bucky and Bijan. Dummy Man Pluto, please help. PPR, I'd go Rashad White. Dummy Man Pluto, Rashad White. Escatit, another Sunday. Great to have you with us watching the show. What James do we prefer today, Cook or Connor? I don't like either one, to be honest with you. I'd probably go Connor, but I don't like either one. Mick 72-105, I'd go Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill, Mick 72-105, Taysom Hill. Chadwick Mills, I'd go Pollard and Dell. Chadwick Mills, Pollard and Dell. Neil, I'd go Neil, I'd go McConkey and Wilson. Neil, McConkey and Wilson. Kevin Harrell, I'd go Stevenson and Kevin Harrell, I'd go MHJ. Stevenson, Kevin, I'd go MHJ. Riley, I'd go Lad. Riley, I'd go Lad. Hiram Oakley, I'd go Hurts. Hiram Oakley, I'd go Jalen Hurts. Ghost Trucker, I don't love CMC tonight. Actually, I take that back. I do like McCaffrey in the snow. Let me take that back. I like Christian McCaffrey in the snow, but I don't like the rest of the 49ers, to be honest. Sid, I'd go Pollard. Sid, I'd go Pollard. D's Utz, I'd go K9. D's Utz, I'd go K9. David, I'd go Leggett and Westbrook-Akine. Leggett and Westbrook-Akine. Tyler, I'd go Breece Hall. Tyler, I'd go Breece Hall. Jacob, I'd go Richardson. Jacob, I'd go Richardson. L, I'd go Murray. L, I'd go Murray. Tripp, I'd go Marvin Harrison Jr. Tripp, I'd go Marvin Harrison Jr. Christian, would love all your picks, but no Instagram. Okay. Yeah, well, don't know what to say. Alex Brusino, pick 2. Brian Robinson Jr. and Lad McConkey. Robinson Jr. and Lad McConkey. D. Grace, I'd go Jackson. D. Grace, no. D. Grace, I'd go Darnold. D. Grace, I'll go Darnold. I think he gets the passing yards.